Yes, okay. You saw the video title, you saw the video topic that goes by the statement. President Emerson Mnangagwa shocked a lot of Zimbabweans by what he did at, at Zimbabwe Parliament a day ago. Yes, you saw that right, you saw that correct. So this is my story in this video, this is my story right now in this episode, right? So maybe you were not told this story. Let me tell you this story that happened at Zimbabwe Parliament, at the new Parliament building in Mount Habden, Harare, one day ago. So the president took to the podium to deliver State of the Nation address. Then, when he was there on the podium, after some minutes, a lot of minutes, when he was there talking very hard, explaining very hard, hitting his points in the State of the Nation address, something happened. There was a power blackout, a power outage, a power failure. When I say power, I mean electrical power, electrical energy. This one, which they call electricity. So there was electricity blackout, and the whole building, new Parliament building that was built a few years ago through a partnership between Zimbabwe government and Chinese government, or a Chinese company. That new Parliament building, the rest of it, or the whole of it, went into total a blackout, total darkness. It became a dark building, or a dark room. The whole of it, everything, the rest of it. So it was dark, a dark building, a dark powerhouse, because of power blackout or power outage or power failure. Right. Then, after this dramatic situation, the president insisted to continue talking, explaining, delivering his State of the Nation address. But one of his assistants, or his assistants, uh, motioned to him that, uh, Mr. President, is it possible for you to stop? Because there's power outage, there's power blackout. Is it possible for you to stop? But he said, no, let me continue. Or let me say, it is reported that he insisted to continue talking in his State of the Nation address despite the power blackout situation. So they had to look for a torch, or a torchlight. Of course, a bigger one, a big torch, a bigger torchlight, in order to provide light to the book, to the book of the notes that was containing the speech or the message of the president. So there are photos even on the internet, there are photos even everywhere on social media, whereby one of his assistants or one of his aides is seen in that photo or picture or photograph holding a torch, holding a torchlight, and pointing on the book, pointing in the diary where the speech was written by the president, and the president is busy looking on that book or on those notes, and is talking, of course, near a microphone in that parliament building. So this is how he showed Zimbabweans such kind of courage, such kind of bravery, such kind of determination, such kind of strength in the face of such adversity, in the face of such a bad situation, in the face of such a bad calamity, or rather in the face of such a calamity. So this is how it showed Zimbabweans. And I saw comments on social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, even on Instagram, even on TikTok. People comment like, yo, what kind of bravery is this? What kind of tenacity is this? What kind of determination is this? What kind of courage is this? What kind of strength is this that was shown or demonstrated or displayed by the President, Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, at New Parliament building when that situation of power blackout happened? The way he reacted, he showed a lot of great maturity, a lot of great wisdom, a lot of great intelligence. If it was somebody, you just fold his book or fold his diary, fold up his notes, go to into his car with his team or with his delegation, and just get driven home and rest in his mansion or rest at the state house. If it was somebody, else who is not Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa. I don't know if you're getting my point. Or maybe let me repeat what I'm saying. I'm saying if it was somebody else not named Emerson Mnangagwa, or who is not Emerson Mnangagwa, maybe, who knows, he could just fold up with the book or the diary or the notes, get driven into his car, yes, go into the car, get driven home by his team or by his driver, and just go and rest at home, go and rest in his house, of course, at the state house. That is if it was somebody who is not Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa. But in this particular situation, in this particular case that happened, Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, according to my analysis, according to what I just saw and observed, I'm like, yo, what is this? This very good, so great. He's a leader, leading by example. He's a leader to be followed. He's a leader to be desired. He's a leader to be embraced, to be celebrated, to be appreciated for that hard work, for that tenacity, for that determination, for that bravery, for that courage in the face of that power blackout, in the face of that power outage, in the face of that power a failure, that dramatic situation that drew a lot of embarrassment, that drew a lot of criticism from every angle, from every side, from every dimension in Zimbabwe, even outside Zimbabwe, in Africa. Like, yo, what happened? What's happening? Why did it happen in that way? Who caused the power blackout? Who switched off the electricity? Which person or which group of people did that thing? You understand? But my issue in this video is to tell you how the president shocked a lot of Zimbabweans. Even me, the one who's talking to you, I was also shocked. And even now, I'm still in a state of shock. I'm still in a condition of surprise. Like, yo, did he really do that? Did he really do that? The president? Did he really do that? To continue under a torchlight, to read, to explain, and deliver his State of the Nation address. I was so shocked. I was so flabbergasted. I was so surprised. Like, yo, a man of that age, yo. So this was my observation. This was my thinking. What I came to know, what I found out. Like, yo, he's really a leader to be desired, a leader who leads by example, a leader to be liked, a leader to be loved by the citizens of Zimbabwe, by the children of Zimbabwe, by the passionate and patriotic children or citizens of this country, Zimbabwe. Okay, maybe you heard the news, maybe you were following this event that happened at the new parliament building in Mount Hamden. Was this your reaction? Was this also your reaction, or was this also your observation? Were you surprised? Were you shocked at how the president reacted soon after the power blackout, soon after the power outage, soon after the power failure? Were you surprised? Were you touched? Were you shocked? Especially in the sense that he continued to read, to deliver his speech, State of the Nation address, under a torch, using a torchlight. Were you surprised? Were you shocked? So according to me, and what I found out, this is how he showed a lot of Zimbabweans. Of course, not only Zimbabweans, any person who gonna come to know about this story, who gonna get to know this story, of course, you'll be surprised like the way I was surprised. He or she will get a surprise like the way I was surprised, like, yo, yeah. But remember what I said, like, if it was somebody else who is not called Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, or who is not named Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, he will just pick up, fold up his book, fold up his notes, take his briefcase, get in the car, and get driven home, and go and rest, and say, okay, fine, I don't care, or what. But in his in this story, on this particular case, that was not the issue. He continued to deliver. He continued to work. He continued to fulfill his constitutional duty. He continue to fulfill his constitutional obligation to ensure that the State of the Nation address is done, is undertaken, given out to the people of Zimbabwe. The people of Zimbabwe are addressed on what's happening in the country, given all the current state of affairs, on the things happening or taking place in the country. So he continued to fulfill his constitutional mandate or fulfill his constitutional obligation. Okay, I'm done talking. But what are your comments on this video? What are your comments on this story? Were you surprised? Were you shocked? What is your view? What is your opinion? What is your submission? What do you say about this story? How the press shocked Zimbabweans or any person, any African who gonna get to know about this story, who come to be aware of this story. How is gonna shock everyone who gonna get to know about this story that happened at the new parliament building in Harare, Zimbabwe. So what are comments? Drop, type right in the comment section, comments box. I'll come and check them out. Let's talk further from there. Others, I'm done talking. I'm signing out. Sharp.